Welcome to TRS Clips, where you'll find happiness through your own curiosity. You know what Nazar is?
If we believe in Nazar, I mean, I think people who are in the public eye do succumb to Nazar a lot because a lot of eyes are on them, a lot of jealousy, envy.
What happens nowadays is if there is ever an event that I have to go for, and I try going for as few events as is possible because of this reason. But whenever I get back from that event, I always have some ache or pain.
Yeah, that's definitely Nazar. I mean, especially if you're someone, because everyone's aura is different, right? Some people's auras are more weaker than others, and some people's auras are more, you gravitate towards them more. And that's the difference between a star and a non-star, to be frank. It's an energy. So stars have an aura that make people want to look at them, make people admire them, make them aspirational. You know, sometimes you like some star and you don't even know why you like them. It's just like, there's something about them. That's their aura, you know? And that aura particularly, it grabs people's eyes, and not all people's Nazar eyes is good. Not all people's eyes, when they look at you, they don't always look at you in good intentions. Some people look at you through envy and hate and jealousy and wishing bad on you. And that is an energy I genuinely really believe in. If it catches on you, it can make you sick. It can make you mentally disturbed. It can make you lose your sleep. It can make you, your body hurt. It can kill your aura down where you don't look your best anymore. That's where sometimes you feel like you're depressed. You feel like you have anxiety. You feel all these things come into play. It's an interesting topic, but it's definitely very intricate. If you go really deep into it, you'll realize that's why a lot of stars struggle through depression and anxiety. That's why a lot end up being suicidal, for example, because when you have millions and billions of eyes on you and half of them don't even wish you well, and then you have your co-actors or your competitors plotting against your fall and wanting to destroy you because of their envy and their ego and their fear of you maybe doing really well, and they don't want you to do well. People can do anything to destroy you and remove you from the way, So
what's the Arab way of getting rid of Nazar?
There's so many ways. I mean, it depends also what religion you're in. Like, for example, Muslims will read Quran, they will read Ayatul Kursi, they will pray, a lot of saltwater baths. There's also, depending on what culture you're in, there are ancestral rituals that are used to cleanse your aura and your spirit. There are many things that one does. But obviously, it's a very deep conversation. Yeah, it's a deep one.
You have a whole occult side.
Yeah, of course, definitely. I mean, someone like me has to be very, like I said in the beginning of the podcast, alert, aware, and educated about certain things, because when you are in the public eye, you succumb to all these things. It is what it is. I mean, a lot of people might not want to discuss this, and some people go, "Oh, I don't believe in this, and this is all nonsense." But that's just a front. All people believe in this energies and Nazar and whatever comes under the umbrella of this conversation. And we live in a country that people are very spiritual and people do believe in this stuff. And our industry is run through this stuff, to be honest with you.
What do you mean run through this?
In terms of being aware and educated about this and protecting yourself, because otherwise you will never last in an industry where here, Hollywood, the pop culture, anywhere where people's eyes are constantly on you, people are around you constantly. There's competition, competitors. This one wants to, be more bigger than you. This one wants to make more money than you. This one wants to rule. This one is scared because the other one is coming up and they're like, whoa, this one's coming up. What do we got to do to bring them back down? All these things happen. So when you're in the midst of this and you're aware of it, you start to realize the importance of protecting your aura and your spirit.
I've always wondered if someone can put Nazar on you digitally, like through watching you.
Yeah, of course, 100%.
So
digitally, because
we've got some Nazar absorbing things in the background.
I noticed. Of course,
for that exact reason.
100%, because the person digitally can see your face. They can see your picture, they can see your video, they can see your eyes. And the eyes is the gate of your soul, right? And how do people catch on to your aura? Through your soul and your spirit. So of course it's possible. Actually, my question is to you because you said something really interesting. So you come back from an event and your bones are hurting. Aap kya karte ho? What do you do? What do you do to help yourself get out of it? And also, what do you do to protect yourself moving forward when you know it's going to happen?
Firstly, I'll say that learning that you've picked up Nazar is a skill. You need to know that Nazar is on you. You usually feel very heavy, very drained.
Yes.
Or something starts hurting. Again, I'm talking from the perspective of fame. I don't know if... I assume that when someone gets married and there's a big wedding, that's where people would pick up Nazar. As
For sure. Yeah. Especially like, a wedding, at an event. If you're not famous, you're not in this industry. Like we're just specifically speaking about our industry. But when you're not famous, you could go to a family function and you be looking amazing and your cousin just like, so jealous of how you look and how beautiful your hair is and how glowing your skin is. And boom, So
that's Nazar. Like they don't know that they're putting the Nazar on you.
Most of them know.
Oh, really?
Most of them know, yeah. Most of them know, yeah. Okay. It's got some evil people in this world. Most of them know.
The saltwater baths, that's my standard. I've seen that doesn't completely help me. What washes it off is if I go into the ocean. Like if you actually go to the beach and go into that washes it off to a very deep degree. But at home, saltwater bath, I do some mantras, meditate. But it's just time that heals it, honestly.
Some of us don't have time. Some of us need to go back in front of the crowd. Some of us have to go back in front of the camera. Some of us have to keep going, right? We don't have time to, it's like a battery, when the battery has no charge left anymore and then you got to charge it back up. Some of us don't have time to recharge again. So what does one do? It's a very good question.
Who had like the biggest gravity field around them, or everyone you've ever met in this industry?
I can't take names because I'd freak them out and they'd probably call me 20 times panicking. So I can't take names, but I can tell you that a lot of them have probably more than Nazar and they don't even know. And they wonder like why their stomach is always hurting, why they have digestive issues, why their films are not doing well, why they are no longer, that shining bright star that they once were. They're doing everything they need. They're working so hard. They're doing the right projects. They're working with the right people, but it's not landing. Something is wrong. Like, oh my God, just 2-3 years ago, I was so happening. Everybody loved me. Everything was working for me. And now people look at me and they're like, wow, your aura is a bit dull. You okay? You look tired. Oh yeah, your projects are not doing well. It's just a phase. And then they notice they have a lot of problems with people around them. Maybe a loved one, maybe a girlfriend, a wife, or a boyfriend, or a husband, friends. Everything just seems to be crumbling down. And they don't know what it is until it's too late. And sometimes people get lucky and they have friends and family that advise them and open their mind and their eyes to certain situations. And sometimes people don't, and then they just suffer forever. And I feel really sorry for them because our industry it's full of that. A lot of people that I've been around, I've noticed, I can feel that they have that energy, which is unfortunate. I don't say anything because it's not my business, but...
It's stained with Nazar, that's what you're saying. Okay. Hey, if you enjoyed today's clip, make sure you check out all the other clips we've uploaded on this channel. You'll find a clip related to almost every single topic as long as you're willing to search for it.